Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, and we're going to be taking out the F-84F, the Thunderstreak. So the F-84s historically actually had a lot of issues, and mostly mechanical, like maintenance issues, not enough spare parts for the Allison engines and stuff like that. But with that said, you know, we have the advantage of playing in a video game, which means that we don't really have maintenance problems, unless you count my engine getting shot out, which is a totally different issue. We also have the added adventure, I guess it is a bit of an adventure. We got Mary Loveheart in here, and she gets a special skill when diving at high speed on targets, which doubles rocket and bomb damage, which is something we get to take advantage of. And with these tiny Tims under the wings, it can really kick out quite a bit of damage. On top of that, you're looking at a much more maneuverable platform than you've typically seen when it comes to American multi-roles. Most American multi-roles, you're talking about like the P-47s all the way up through the XP-72 off of this line, had relatively limited maneuverability, but this aircraft is going to be in like the tens of seconds for a 360 turn, opposed to what we saw. Hold on, let's line this up. Big rocket. That was a terrible drop. Terrible drop. Let's come back around. Might as well launch the Tiny Tim. And that was a waste. Oh well. We'll start the reload. 120-second reload. I probably should have just went straight for the airfield. What am I even flying against? Shizzy's in an I-215, and I think that's the only human on the enemy team. But yeah, we have a much more nimble platform for a multi-role. We should be able to outturn Shizzy if we find him in a one-on-one. And we'll be able to maintain some pretty decent maneuverability against most altitude fighters. We're not going to fare so well when it comes to like going up against that Jawa that's behind me, which I'm trying to kind of avoid. At the same time, I might want to try and get the advantage on that guy. Not going to happen. We also feature 6 50 cal machine guns, which are going to be on par with the American light fighter line. So it'll be like F-86 type guns on this thing. We're already well behind enemy lines. We really need to get that one though. That's going to be the key. What do we got? That's Shizzy. Haha! Shizzy! No. You keep that gun away from me. You just took my tail. We're pretty much done for now. I'm not going to be able to turn with this guy. Let's break away. We'll just break away. We don't have what we need to engage him. We got 30 seconds before we're effective with our guns. Alright, what do we got? MiG-9? We can play the MiG-9 game. We've already used our... What are you? Lost our maneuverability advantage. Is that what I think it is? Oh, jeez, of course it's a Jawa. I just took my engine out, too. Oh, come on. Losing my tail and my engine this close to the ground. Oh. Come on. Get off of me! So close to getting a capture here. Oh! That's one for the friggin' record books, just based on sheer tenacity. Holy crap, thank you, team. Let's get on this invisible MiG-9. What? That's a bit of a nuisance. There he is again. I don't even know if I'm going to run into him. Am I playing chicken badly, or am I just fighting an invisible plane again? Give me that wrench. Just a little bit, maybe a couple seconds of it. Yeah, I'm aware there's an LA behind me, but there's not much I can do about it, and taking out an invisible MiG. That's awesome. There's Shizzy. Ugh, an engine again. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that. LA-15, really maneuverable platform, tier 10 aircraft, 323mm cannons, really can shoot you up. But I'm not afraid to spawn at the central zone, so that's exactly what we're going to do. And we'll see if we can work with the allies we have around us to hopefully turn the tables on some of these aircraft. The reason I didn't turn on the LA-15 is I knew that was going to be a fight I was not going to win. Okay, we're back. Aircraft was destroyed. There's Shizzy. What are you? You are the I-211, Shizzy's little brother. But I definitely don't want to catch those 37s. And I gotta keep an eye out, because Shizzy can hit me from a really good distance away. Come on, guns, make contact. There it is. There's Shizzy. Trying to keep an eye out for him. There's Shizzy. Gone. I see a light fighter. It's gonna be the MiG. He's visible now. Apparently we chipped his stealth paint. Got him. Ooh. Trying to maintain this airfield. Let's get a little bit of that altitude. Give us some more survivability. We are not specialized. 2 tiny Tims and then another 12 air-to-ground rockets. This guy's without an engine. Just trying to cause a little bit of pain and suffering there.
Be advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching. We'll soon be unable to provide support. Do you copy? Over.
Here's the LA-15. Getting nice and close and getting those guns on target. Knocked him out. Seahawk is back up. We lost the central zone. That stinks. So close, too. Is that Shizzy behind me? How much you want to bet? He's probably just waiting, which is a smart move. Oh no, it's the I-211. Oh, I could have waited a few more seconds and gotten him, but you know what? Not worth the risk. Could have waited a few more seconds to get some more capture over here, but we did get majority of the capture zone so far, and we're ahead on capture points, so good job, team. Whew. You're low on health, might as well get you while I'm here. Okay. Now let's pile on. Ooh. Or should I go for the garrison? I think the garrison's gonna be my smart move. Yeah, let's do that. Garrison's the smart move. Okay, don't die now. I need you. A lot of friendly aircraft in harm's way. Javelin's gonna take forever to kill, but he's on my bomber. Hopefully I can deter him a little bit. Come on, eventually. Got him. Oh, we picked up the zone. Nice. That's secured us a little bit more time. Now we're going to head for the mid, and I've got the undivided attention of the ground attackers over here. Whew. We have decent altitude performance. It isn't going to be stellar by any means, but it's decent enough. That's the LA-15. I'm a little bit wary about going over there alone. I do see him though. There's the Spitfire. That the MiG-9. Spitfire defense aircraft. Here we go. Good kill. Yeah, I see it. But you just passed right by, didn't you? See you, multi-roll. Shizzy's gone. That wasn't our max damage with Mary, but we were able to get some hits in. Oh, what? What is even getting me? Oh, there's a 2 heavies behind me here. That stinks. Spit in front of me, though. this point, we're just trying to buy ourselves a little bit of time. Maybe get some more capture points. Come on. Are you in reach? Come on back. It's okay. Ugh. Can't avoid these suckers. Now we're outside the zone.
Hang in there. The main thing now
So close.
is initiative.
You know what? Let's get some well-placed air-to-ground ordnance here. Oh, not even needed. Whew! That was definitely not an easy fight. Man, I'm pretty sure I was babbling for a little bit there, but we managed to pick up the Lambert Wing Legend as well as Conqueror. Shizzy is a pretty solid player, but with this matchup, I think I had a little bit more of an advantage when it came to maneuverability. We ended up flying it a little bit more like a fighter than we did a multi-role fighter, and I really didn't get to showcase the air-to-ground ordnance, and I don't know, that happens sometimes. There are targets to shoot at the airfield, but I don't think you should be dedicating yourself to the air-to-ground run when you're going to be making yourself vulnerable to the aircraft, because as you saw, that heavy defense aircraft, especially towards the end, was able to get some serious hurt on my aircraft, and I was immediately crippled and put at a huge disadvantage. So it actually was in my best interest not to go after the air-to-ground targets at that stage, but to look for the aerial targets and engage those. Sure, we probably could have flipped the airfield if we would have put a little bit more effort onto it at the very end instead of going after that last remaining Spitfire, but that's more of a tactics discussion. Hopefully what you were able to garner from this battle is that the F-84F is going to be a bit of a departure from what you've already seen from the rest of what has affectionately been called the P-47 line, because the P-47 line is going to be historically much higher maneuverability times. And what I mean by maneuverability time is the average time to turn in a 360 circle is usually around like 13 seconds or something like that. Like, I can just pull up American multi-roles and make all our lives a little bit easier. But if you look at like the P-47N, we're looking at a 13.3 second turn time. Like, this thing's not out-turning not out-turning an altitude fighter or anything like that. And it's not necessarily that the Thunderstreak is going to be out-turning a lot of altitude fighters at this tier either, but it's going to be close enough that I'll be able to play a little bit more in that arena and fare pretty well, because a lot of aircraft are sacrificing a lot of their maneuverability for airspeed, while this line is still continuing to grow in its overall capabilities for airspeed and altitude, but is also getting a maneuverability bump at Tier 9 with the F-84B, and the F-84F carries on that tradition while getting quite a bit more speed. As you can see, with a full boost, we're able to get up to nearly 600 miles an hour with a full boost and almost 700 miles an hour in the dive. And those are good numbers. Those are really good numbers. We also have decent survivability, 633 hit points. It's not bad, it's not great, it's just middle of the road if you were to compare kind of your heavies and your light fighters at tier 10. The armament, like I mentioned before, it's all going to be centrally mounted. Only 4 of them are technically centrally mounted, as you can see, like little whiskers on the front here, but the other 2 machine guns are actually mounted. It's hard to see, but they're in the wing roots of the guns. There's like a little teeny bump right there. So those are actually going to be the other remaining 50 cal machine guns, and these are going to be M3s. So they are going to be that high rate of fire machine gun that we're used to seeing when it comes to the American Tier 10 F-86 Sabre. Also going to be mounting these M3s with the same damage output and the same range on the guns. So we're getting the same gun performance. On top of that, like I mentioned, we end up getting a total of 12 air-to-ground rockets for the 5-inch HVARs, and then the 2 big tiny TIMs, which are going to be pumping out a significant amount of damage as well, with a pretty decent blast radius. Incorporating the added advantage of being able to put on Mary Loveheart, I can potentially kick out around 60,000 damage, but that's running Mary Loveheart. Not running Mary Loveheart, or not actually getting this boost from Valkyrie's Wrath. you can see here just with Demo Expert, it's nearly 30,000 damage, and with a 120-second reload, that's going to be in that realm of a very good reload time, one that's going to be very consistent. Now, once we specialize this platform, we will get the option of putting on an outboard weapon configuration, and we may opt to go for a faster reload, especially since if you go with the hardened pylons, the hardened pylons are going to allow you to not only reduce the reload, but if you take it all the way to ultimate, there is a role at the top end of the spectrum that will allow you to be able to reduce the reload of either bombs or rockets by an additional 10%. If we go with that and we don't even calibrate, we just go for one of those rules for the reduced reload at 10% with an ultimate piece of gear, uncalibrated, we can get the reload on the rockets down to 91 seconds, and I believe that will carry over for the Tiny Tims as well. So a 91-second reload is going to be amazing, especially if I'm able to utilize Mary Loveheart's skill on this aircraft. Again, I realize not everybody has Mary Loveheart, but I think even you would appreciate not having Mary Loveheart, but being able to pump out 30,000 ground damage every 90 seconds, give or take a couple of seconds. I'm most likely going to end up putting on polished skin onto this airframe to be able to get a little bit more out of the overall airspeed performance of this aircraft, because at that point, once I specialize it, I probably will be doing a lot more air-to-ground and a lot less air-to-air, because I'll be able to get in and get out a lot more effectively. I could have done that on a few occasions here, but I think I'm just suffering from a lack of exposure to this aircraft. I haven't flown it in quite a while, but I do like it. And for those of you that are gunning down the P-47 line and are struggling with the maneuverability, usually it doesn't really come to a head until you get to the XP-72, but I promise you, once you get past the XP-72, the F-84 Bravo and the F-84F seem to make up for it in my mind, so hopefully you feel the same. But if you don't like the F-84 Bravo, you're probably not going to like the F-84F because it's the same aircraft at tier 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope taking a look at the Thunderstreak was enjoyable for y'all. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.